Alright guys, how's it all doing? Hope you're all well, hope you're all blessed. Well folks, I just thought I'd just come on for a wee quick live, see what's happening. Talk about recent events that's been going on YouTube. It came to my thing with that some information that was getting fed from Stockton wasn't true, so my apologies for that. As I say, I don't claim to have done anything but listen to the wrong people when they've been feeding me this information. Mistakes can be easily done, you know what I mean? And that's what's happened. There was a mistake, obviously. You learn by your mistakes, you don't listen to people, you know what I mean? I'm just quite sad to be honest with you that this person's actually told me a lot of crap, you know what I mean? He's made me look like I feel, and he's upset a lot of others, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm coming on to talk about, like Stockton and the rest of the prisons in Scotland. Because I think on that live the other night there was a few things that said that don't really represent Scotland prisons. You know what I mean? You've got to listen to your the people that's watching. You've got to watch your audience. You've got to listen to them and hear their points. You know what I mean? That's what helps you learn. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? But over the last couple of weeks in Stockton's a jail in Edinburgh. It's a local jail for the people of Edinburgh. And as I say, it holds local prisoners and lifers and stuff like that. The new is getting hit very, very bad with the spice situation and other kind of drug type situation like any other prisons thing. But the new between Addiewell and Stockton, it's really bad. There's Addiewell there. It's just 8 people in 24 hours overdosed with spice and whatever. So, you know what I mean? You can kind of get the gist of what Scottish prisons are like. But Stockton itself, you know what I mean? It's no, as I say, the way Paddy Conroy said it was, like maybe back in the 90s with the pink and white striped shirts and the blue and white striped shirts. Maybe that's when Paddy's talking about back then. You know what I mean? But nowadays it's all colour coded. Like in Berlin, it's all red. You know what I mean? It's all red apart from Seahall where it's blue. That's your remand. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. I think there was wires crossed there in that part, because of, pardon me, yeah. But as I say, Stockton's a very dangerous prison. Alright guys, how you doing? Alright, that side, right here. It's good to see you in the night, guys. No, I'm just going on about what how dangerous Stockton prison is. You know what I mean? All night there, we were on Paddy's Live. We're talking about it. Paddy was coming out with, like, last time we met Stockton, with pink shirts and blue shirts and all that kind of stuff and that, And as I say, somebody's thought, I told Paddy that, but I never, you know what I mean? Paddy, as I say, said that the last time he was up visiting somebody, you know what I mean? They were wearing that day clothing. You know what I mean? I never said that at all. All I said was that I got told from my source in Stockton that Pizza Face had got attacked, and as I say, he was getting fed behind his door. But as I say, they've got in touch with me and telling me that no, that's not the case, that blah blah blah. So, you know what I mean? I do apologise, I can only go with what I get told. But anyway, get back to what I was saying. In Stockton, it's good, you've got like they go with like colours, you know what I mean, like the greys, the blues and all that kind of stuff and that, Where in Berlin it's just the one colour. It's all red in Berlin and blue for like Seahall and burgundy for like is it Cooch, I think. So but I was always used to Berlin, you know what I mean? I've Stockton once, Glen Oakle, Kilmarnock, you know what I mean? They're all the jails I've been in. So I'd just like to kind of clear that up, you know what I mean? About that subject, and if I offended you, then fair play. I mean, I do apologise. But you know, in Stockton, there's a lot of deaths going on with spice, and corruption, and it's getting bad. You know what I mean? Adwell, there was, as I say, 8 overdoses in 24 hours. You know what I mean? As I say, I'm going to put articles up about that. I'm going to start talking about more like the Scottish prisons and the people who's in the Scottish prisons, because a lot of nasty, dangerous people, like, but it didn't get the credit, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? No, that to glamorise it. I'm just talking about, you know what I mean? No, a lot of people from down England or wherever know about these people, and they're heavy characters, you know what I mean? They're no silly people, and the Scottish prison system isn't to be kind of laughed at, you know what I mean? There's a lot of English prisoners that come up to Scotland are fucking petrified, Berlin and Glen Oakle and shots, and as I say, Stockton, you know what I mean? Stockton's no a jail where you think it's like a fucking patience or anything like that, you know what I mean? It's just as dangerous as any other jail in Scotland, you know what I mean? They knew they're sitting with a full London, full of lifers, you know what I mean? And they're well-known players, you know what I mean? Then you've got the rest of the halls and that, you know what I mean? So, a big shout out to Murray for kind of updating me on that, you know what I mean? But, as I say, I didn't mean any offence by it, you know what I mean? But I'm just glad I'm starting to get a little better now. I'm starting to feel a little better within myself. I think my oxygen levels will be up to 98. Starting to put weight back on. I'm going to go start doing the gym a wee bit. I mean, I need to do it slowly because of the heart. Just build it up. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. But it's just when you're away from the YouTube, you know what I mean? You kind of forget your ways a wee bit, you know what I mean? But it'll not take me long to get back into it and stuff like that. I'm just waiting to get the studio back up and running and get everything plugged in together and get interviewing folk, hopefully. Right? So, but Dan, where are you back in Tenerife? No, but I go to Lanzarote. Like, the Canary Islands. Sorry, I go to Costa de Guys. I go up and visit people in Tahiti. Supermax prison in Costa de Gay, Spain. I go there every year and kind of got them help like British prisoners sin like the prison with like clothes, money, stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's just a thing I done for you're still getting to jail. I always kind of wanted to kind of help people abroad. It's all on my channel. If you go on my channel, then you'll see it on my channel. You'll see a lot of things about Spain on my channel, about homeless in Spain, going up to teach a prison in Spain. Aye, aye, that's what I do. You know what I mean? I enjoy it. You know what I mean? It makes me feel good because I'm giving something back. You know what I mean? And helping others. You know, I'm talking about be travelling when because you can just think about it. You're lying on the other side of the world. I mean, with nothing, and you know your boys back at the other road are they've got everything. You know what I mean? I wouldn't like to be sitting in that situation. It's going to be lonely. You know what I mean? Sitting in that situation. So that's why I do it. And, you know what I'm talking about. But that carry on was just annoying me. You know what I mean? And I had to get it sorted to one year. Because they say it was sorry, I'm my eyes on somebody. It was Paddy that said when he used to go on visits, folk and sorting, he used to wear the pink and the blue. No me. And I've not told him none like that. I say I've not told him. But I got told and that's all I said, you know what I mean? So there's none, you know what I mean, him about it. And as I say, I do apologise, Murray, about your friend, you know what I mean? I do, you know what I mean? I'm sorry about that and all. I thought we were kind of pals and that, You know what I mean? But, yeah, just move on for that anyway. I've sorted that, moved on for it because I'm just having known now, you know what I mean? But, so Barry will run the show. Barry will run the show. Berlin is, it's a very dangerous jail, Berlin. Quick jail, but dangerous. You know what I mean? Because that's only a holding jail before it's a dispersal jail. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of people in and out on a daily basis. All like you know what I mean? So, but the new it's full of drugs and it's just a dangerous jail. A lot of carry on, a lot of slashing, fighting. But it's no gang fights. You know what I mean? There's no gangs and see like the Scottish jails and that. It's no gangs. You know what I mean? Like you hear them in England and that. It's like fair enough. It's like if you're free Glasgow and you're for this scheme, that scheme, that scheme, right? You'll talk to your own boys. You know what I mean? You talk to your own boys and that, right? But you also talk to other people. You know what I mean? Like people from Falkirk, Stirling, but and you start developing a relationship with them. And the next minute, you know, you're all best pals and that, But you get people that call themselves in their wee camp, who are maybe like 6 of them, 10 of them, in their wee kind of clique, and they're, you know what I mean? But the majority, it's no gangs or anything like that, you know what I mean? There's no Muslim conversion, none of that happens in Scottish prisons either. When they be tolerated. And that's the whole, there's a lot of differences between Scottish prisons and English prisons by far. You know what I mean? By far. What I've read and what I've watched on Ricky Collin's channel and other channels about the English prison system. You know what I mean? There's a lot more like ethnic, you mean community groups, and you know what I mean, and stuff like that. I've got to watch what I'm saying. Where in Scotland, you know what I mean? It's you know what I mean. I'm not want to sound racist or that about it, but it's mainly white people that run the fucking jail. You know what I mean? None of that would get tolerated, not one bit. You know what I mean? And it's the drugs are all run by like certain gangs who outside, you know what I mean? And people maybe score, you know what I mean, for their sale or whatever and that, so they'll do whatever, you know what I mean? But Berlin's a very fucking dangerous jail. And just like Glenelg, any jail can be dangerous. You know what I mean? Any jail can be dangerous. You know what I mean? 1 year it'll be Stockton, 1 year it'll be Shorts, 1 year it'll be Glenelg. You've got to remember there's people in these jails that's doing like 30 year, 40 year, 50 year. You know what I mean? They've been brought up all their life for the YOs, for the care homes. You know what I mean? A lot of them. And so they're used to all that. You know what I mean? But the clothing is all kind of tracksuits now. Years ago it was just like a jumpsuit, like a white, with overall, you know what I mean? White overall, you used to get a pair of black shoes. That's what you got when you landed in Berlin, you know what I mean? Then you got taken to your hall, and you got your bed, and all that kind of stuff. And then you got a pair of jeans and a brown itchy jumper. And but yeah, that's what you wore, that was your clothing. Then they brought in the jumpers, you know what I mean? And these kind of t-shirts with a bow neck on them, and they were all red, you know what I mean? They were all red, and as I say, the blue is for Remand, that's in Berlin. But I don't know about Stockton, because I've never been in Stockton, but I know the greys, the blues, and the whatever, you know what I mean? It's all colour coded in there, you know what I mean? And as I say, Glenelg, it was all kind of the same, you know what I mean? Like burgundy, red, light grey, green, down in Glenelg. And I don't know about shorts, because I've never been in shorts, but then, as I say, Kilmarnock, that was the rain clothing, you know what I mean? Apart from your visit jumper or your work jumper, I mean, but you got to wear your rain clothes down. But the Pullman was light blue with jeans. I mean, everywhere was kind of, but that had the shirts. I know everywhere had shirts, and it was Berlin had it. Every jail in Scotland had it at one point, but that was in the I'd say 2002. They brought the jumpers not in, where it used to be like the white and pink striped shirt and a pair of denims. You know what I mean? And you maybe got one button out the full fucking shirt. You know what I mean? Then you got the blue and white striped shirt. You know what I mean? And you used to just ask what size of denims you were. You know what I mean? And you say, oh, I'm a size 30. They'd hand you probably 36. Ah, they'll fit you. You know what I mean? It was mental, you know what I mean? And they're a shirt for you. You know what I mean? You're lucky if you had a button on the shirt. You know what I mean? So you're going to a visit. Oh, it's crazy, man. It was crazy. But that they all went away out about 2002. They stopped that and started bringing you like clothes in. Then you had your Y fronts and your socks. You know what I mean? Then they stopped all that about 2005, I think it was. And they brought the boxers and the socks in. You know what I mean? But Berlin is still Victorian days. You know what I mean? Stockton's still Victorian days, and the rest of the jails are mainly kind of upgraded now. You know what I mean? But I'd say Stockton and Berlin is about the two maybe hardest jails now. In that sense, you know what I mean? You didn't get nothing. You don't get computers. You don't get this. You don't get that. You know what I mean? Well, I don't know about Stockton if you get computers. I know you didn't get computers in Berlin. And but aye, you know what I mean? So aye, I just wanted to get that there and done me, you know what I mean, and just kind of get that out, you know what I mean, and update you on the situation. But there's a lot of drug overdoses happening in Scotland jails just now, you know what I mean? And I blame the way they treated, because when people are taking like street drugs, you know what I mean? They're taking heroin, diazepam, and all these fake pregabalin and all that. So when they're going into prison, right, they're on like medication for the doctor outside. You know what I mean? So the screws and the nurses have got a hard enough job it is. You know what I mean? So when you're like rattling half of these drugs for outside, they didn't know they didn't know what to give you because they didn't know what you took. Like where years ago it was like heroin and diazepam. That's what was in the whatever you bought. But nowadays you didn't know what you're buying. You know what I mean? So you're getting all these different withdrawal symptoms, and now you're not allowed to smoke. You know what I mean? So you've got that to rattle off, eh? You've got smoking to rattle off, eh? Whatever else you're taking to rattle off, eh? You know what I mean? And you're not getting your medication you should be getting for the doctors outside. Maybe if they continued the script for outside, then these people, when they be running to get a bit of spice or bit of this and a bit of that, you know what I mean? Maybe calm down and stop the deaths. You know what I mean? You've got to try something at least, you know what I mean? Because for 8 people to be taken to Gloucester Hospital in the space of 24 hours is unreal. You know what I mean? It's unreal. 8 overdoses in 24 hours in Addiewell alone. That's crazy. I've never heard that. All the years in prison I've never heard that in my life. 8 folk. It's in the Scottish Sun today. You know what I mean? 8 people overdosed within 24 hours. And the one ambulance leaving, another one's coming. You know what I mean? That's crazy. It's crazy. That's how bad Scottish jails are. There's drugs in them. You know what I mean? There's that many. There's probably more drugs in the jail than down the street. But it's all the wrong drug. You know what I mean? And you've got people that's trying to progress on to freedom, or they're doing like big sentence, 20, 30 years. You know what I mean? And they're watching these people coming in and getting tanked up on spice and falling over the place and disrupting their fucking routine. You know what I mean? The next minute, the full hole's getting shaken, and these guys have got things that they need. You know what I'm talking about? So now they've got somebody in the hall. It's making the situation fucking bad for them. You know what I mean? It's just drug dealers nowadays didn't really think what the fuck they're doing, right? They're selling these fake fucking drugs, right? They're killing all their customers off. You know what I mean? Eventually they're not going to have anything else to fucking bastard and sell. You know what I mean? And I'm not condoning drug dealing, I'm just saying, but you know what I mean? It is stupid or something, you know what I mean? I think they're not fucking stupid, I think they're not daft. And in the day, man, there's no only bit of hash, the only thing you're getting is a bit of hash. And even that, you're watching what you're buying with hash. Because that's synthetic fucking bud, I know. You know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? For your average addict out there, they're taking it in, you know what I mean? Fuck's sake, you know what I mean? And it's crazy. People, they're thinking money before they're thinking of fucking people's lives and fucking whatever. You know what I mean? Then the next minute they own it. You know what I mean? Then it's like, come on, pal, man. You know what I mean? You're fucking, you know these things are killing people. You know what I mean? Your fucking pals are fucking dying because of them. And so, what you buying and selling them for? Get them the fuck. Sending them back to China. I mean, I'm talking about synthetic fucking drugs, man. You know what I mean? I've never had anything in my life. Never. And that's why I'm glad that I've been off drugs for 2009. I've been off drugs for 2009. You know what I mean? I've been clean. And I'm glad, man. You know what I mean? It's fucking frightening out there. You know what I'm talking about? I've not been back in prison for 2010. Kilmarnock was the last prison I was in 2010. As I say, I've been in all the care homes. I've been in all the secure units, and I've been in most of the prisons in Scotland. And the way our justice system is right now is it's terrible. It is terrible. You know what I mean? There's too much miscarriage of justice, people getting set up, corruption. You know what I mean? And it's just sad to see this. it is. It's just sad to see it. Scotland's. You know what I mean? They know that these people are dying in the prison. I know there's only so much they can do, right, and stuff like that. But you can't blame. You can't just blame the fucking screws. You know what I mean? You've got to blame the people that's giving these people these drugs. You know what I mean? Well, we'll like to blame the screw. You know what I mean? Nobody likes a screw, but you can't blame them for the person taking the fucking drug. You know what I'm talking about? It's up to him. It's only him who can say no. You know what I mean? But it's just if they were more done for that drug not to be there in front of them, then they've not got the choice. You know what I mean? All right, brother, how you doing? Hope you're all well. And I'm doing fine, pal. I'm doing fine. I'm just going here on the wee chat. It's nice to see 14 in and looking good. Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody that's in. This boy here's gone mental. Who was he saying? Oh, no, what a clue. Never took drugs. You don't want to take drugs. You don't want to take drugs. So I, but it's just saddens you, eh? It just saddens you how people can just look at their own folk and go, ah, could be their pal, it could be Ben and go, ah, well, here, know that. I couldn't give a fuck. I mean, you're a wage to me. You know what I'm talking about? And just selling them. Hi, Sue, how you doing, pal? No, heard from you for a while. And just selling them drugs, you know what I mean? And when they die, they've got a cheek to go to their funeral. You know what I mean? It's just hypocrites, man. Hypocrites. And but I'm looking for somebody to help me connect all my wiring and that on my. You'll not see anybody force anyone to buy drugs, definitely no. You know what I mean? But if that's what I'm saying, you know what I mean? It's it's like in the jail. You can't blame the screws. Aye, I know, it's dark here. I've got a bit of said heat, Susan. We taking all my heart tablets, eh? Aye, definitely so. Aye, America doesn't promote drugs. Aye, Susan, I've got a bit of said heat, man, eh? I think I'm a wee bit dehydrated. Because I've not been drinking a lot of water. My heart tablets, eh? And I think it's my Sertraline. Sertraline, my spironolactone, sorry. But dehydrates you, eh? So I'm just trying to get the studio all rigged back up. So I can get back in there with the new lighting and the signings and that, eh? But aye, it's a cracker, innit? It's a cracker. New motor. Aye. I got a big Jeep. The other day there. Aye. Got a big Jeep. Uh, 25 plate. I'm not going to say the make or model. You know what I mean? So I'm not wanting anybody. You know what I mean? Fucking. Did I do taekwondo? No, my brother Paul. It's in the chat. He done taekwondo, and so did my brother Barry. My brother Barry was the Scottish champion, European champion, no European, sorry, Scottish champion, Central champion, and was it European or was it the UK champion? Because they went into Manchester and they never won. They never gave him the belt for some. Not the belt. They never gave him the fight. For some fact, this guy was called Chris. He was a double Dan, and my brother was only 15, 16-year-old, I think it was, and he was only a yellow belt green tag, and because he bet the boy with a double Dan, they never gave him the title. So, no, I was more into boxing and playing football. I played no semi-professional, but I could have played semi-professional when I was a wee guy at the football. But I just done mainly boxing, buddy. And no, COVID jab. No, never took the COVID jab. Took that 2 years ago. Then ended up with heart failure. Along other stuff. A lot of stress, a lot of trolling. Caused heart failure. But no, I wouldn't go for the COVID jab to watch you. And but I know what you're saying that for sort of fact is. You just got to watch what you're saying with that word on here. Because YouTube didn't like that word. And so, but he's up to tonight. He's no away out partying. And of course, she's away at the bingo. I'm here with my wee boy Declan. He's up the stair. He's doing a bit of training on the boxing bag. He's 10-year-old. He likes it. So I'll leave him to do that. You know what I mean? But anyway, guys, I'm going to go to now. And I'll speak to you on Monday night at 7 o'clock. And hope to see you soon. Okay, thanks for joining me here. And amazing, I love him in. You know what I mean? You didn't realise, what's that? Aye, Susan, the trolling I got was unbelievable. Aye, I'll probably start up again, to be honest with you. Later, alligator, Professor, see you later, brah. Right, Paul, see you, take care, mate. Aye, it's coming up to 30 minutes, That is coming past 30 minutes. Aye, but as I say, I'll probably start up again because I'm talking to Paddy Conroy, but I'm not interested, you know what I mean? It is what it is. It's my channel. I like to listen and talk about true crime, and that's what I'll do, you know what I mean? Okay, loves up, drugs down, and everybody that's in the chat, everybody that's on watching me, hit the likes, subscribe, let's get this channel booming. I will be back doing small workouts with like the bag and the speedball and lifting a wee bit weight and that, no much, but just enough to work on the recovery side and show you that this is the way the channel is and this is what it's all about. And now it's time to start putting my money where my mouth is and get things out, because that's what the message is all about. Gloves up, drugs down. And over the last few years, the challenge has been getting bombarded with hatred and trolling and stuff like that. And it's all kind of stopped now, but probably start up because I'm talking to Paddy Conroy. I don't know, but I'm not really interested. It's just going to go in my head. I'm not going to be interested in acknowledge it. You know what I mean? But what we'll do is I'll start uploading some videos, doing a wee bit of bag work, a wee bit of weights and stuff like that. As I say, put my money where my mouth is. Channel's going smoothly now. You know what I mean? I'm getting left alone, and that's the way it should be. You know what I mean? So stay safe, stay blessed, and tomorrow's Lord Day. Always stay blessed on a Sunday and rest. You know what I mean? Have a good night. Bye bye.